going on, guys and gals? Michael Reed here from Glowbox 3D and another Blender 2.9 Plus tutorial. And in this one, we're going to go through the process of creating grass, but we're not going to create the grass because who's got time for creating grass? We're going to use Quixel Bridge for that. And Quixel Bridge is an asset library once solely owned by Mixer and then purchased by Epic Megacorp Epic, makers of Unreal Engine. Now, you're not going to need Unreal Engine per se for this tutorial. I do recommend you go out and get it, but you're going to need an Epic account. So you're going to want to go over to Epic here, and you're going to want to sign up there. Once you've done that, you can download Quixel Bridge. You can sign in through your Epic account, and then you're going to have 14,000 plus assets at your fingertips. And these are super high quality assets that you can just literally import directly into Blender. The process could not be any easier. Now, we're not just going to create some particle system and throw in our grass willy-nilly. We're going to use vertex painting in this tutorial so we can control the density and grouping how we see fit. All right? Very exciting. Let's get started. All right. Now, one more thing before we get started. Very important step here is we have to install a plugin for Blender. Now, don't be scared. I'll have a link in the description. You head on over to this page here, and it's Megascan's plugin for Blender. All right, and this page here will walk you through the installation, and it's super easy, so don't fret. Now, we're going to jump over to Blender now, and we have our scene in question here, which is a little ground thing I created with a river that runs through it, like the old Brad Pitt movie we know so well. And from here, what we're going to do, immediately jump on over to Bridge. All right, and here at Bridge we have open, and I know that you guys created that account, right? Got it all set up with Epic, and you are in the circle of trust. Okay, go to all types here and 3D plants. All right, we're gonna go to grass here. And we've already downloaded a few of these, so you might skip this step, but we're gonna go down here to, let's say, swamp grass. And instead of this export button, it normally would say download. So, and you can choose between 2 or 4K depending on what you want. You have a hero asset or a background asset or whatever, a virtual production, whatever you're doing. And then once you've downloaded it, the export button will pop up, and you're gonna pop this bad boy up. And if you have Blender open, it exports directly to Blender. It is so user-friendly. And here it is right in our collection already. We are going to go to top view. We are going to move this over off camera, off scene. I'm going to period in on that so we can zoom in on it. And you see this whole thing right here. You're like, what is this? Well, let's select those, and we're going to GX, and we're going to move all these different tufts of grass that are all in the asset pack for that one piece of grass. All right. Those are basically what we're working with. And we're going to, paint with those and particle with those. So let's take all of those and select them and hit M to put them in a new collection. We'll call this grass. There. All right. And from here, what we're going to do, since we're already in the know on that, we're going to immediately jump back to Bridge. And let's grab these wheat grasses here. See, this one says download because I don't have it. And we're going to download in a 2K resolution. I like the wheatgrass. We want to mix up a little bit of the green and browns to mix things up a little bit. And let's see how long that takes. All right, so now that we've got our 2K downloaded, we're going to export that. And it exports right over to Blender as it did before. And it is in a collection here, right there, wheatgrass. We're going to top view again. We're going to drag that just off camera, period, to center in on those guys. And do the old GX and move these puppies separately so we can see what's up. Good, looking great. Select those again, hit M, new collection. We're gonna call these wheat. And now they're in a grass. We have a grass collection and a wheat collection. All right, the first thing we wanna do is go over and select our land, and we have particles selected. We're gonna do new particles here. We're gonna do hair. Right? And things get hairy from here on out. We're going to hit advanced here. We're going to go all the way down first of all, and we're going to render as collection. We're going to set the collection as our grass for our first stem. And you can see it's been pockmarked with little bits of our collections. We're going to easily go up here to scale. We're going to drag scale up so we can get an idea what's going on. And of course, because it's nature, we have a scale randomness going on, which we love. And we're going to set rotation here. We're going to click rotation. We're going to add a little randomize here, and that did nothing. And the phase here, though, does a little bit of wiggle. We want to phase it a little and do a little phase randomness as well there. All right. And I like it. Let's add more, right? So we're going to go to the number here, and let's add 4,000. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of grass there. But you know what? We want it to be in different spots. So the point of this tutorial, one of it, is to show you how to vertex weight paint where we want to paint, where we want the grass to grow. So we've got the ground selected. We're going to go down now to the vertex object data properties, and we're going to see vertex group here. We're going to add a vertex group. We're going to call this one grass. All right. And from here, what we want to do while that is selected is I hold down tab. I don't know, I think you hold down control tab. I have mine set up as tab. I'm sorry, I don't have a better way to explain this. We're going to go into weight paint, okay? You're going to weight paint right here. And the weight paint right now is set to 1, which means it is fully painting. If you ever wanted to erase any of your painting or whatnot, you can go to 0 and paint. I think there's a spots in between you can go, but sometimes the binary is easiest when that's what you need, is on or off. I'm going to go to the particles properties here, and I want to turn off in the viewport the grass that we're looking at, so I can sort of see what we're painting. And I went to camera view so I can see where my camera sees, because if this is a still image, I obviously don't need to paint off camera because that would be a waste. So I'm just going to do a quick little back and forth here like this for that, a little there, and then let's get some back and forth over here as well. And right there is what we're going to say, that's where I want our first particle set, our collection, to grow from. And how we do that is we're in particle selecting here. I'm going to tab over to object mode, and I am going to go all the way down to vertex groups. You open that up and you see density is the first thing there. All right, you're going to click on density and you're going to select grass. Okay. We're going to go back up because you don't see it. We're going to turn it back on our viewport. And now you see that our grass is growing exactly where we painted it. Let's say I say, it's a little bit too big there, a little too big. So let's select our ground in particle settings. Let's go down to size, to scale again. And I'm going to bring our grass down in scale there. Now, we're not done yet because we want to do a little mix-a-rooney of other assets. So what we want to do is in particles here, we're going to add another particle. I'm going to get rid of this one. So we know the difference. I'm going to create the second one. I'm going to call it wheat. I'm going to get rid of. We didn't see that here. This is now we have wheat as a second particle situation. We're going to set hair there as well. Quickly go down to as path, render as path, set collection, and we are going to make the collection our wheat instead. And let's make our scale larger there and our scale randomness as well. All right, now that we've got that good and dandy, we're going to go to vertex again, and we're going to create a second vertex group here and call this one wheat. Okay, and we're going to go to our weight paint again. And like you could do before, like what I did is turn off that so you can kind of see where this is painting. And, you know, you might not want the wheat to be growing everywhere. So let's just say, all right, that's where I want the wheat to be. All right, so turn the wheat back on, and we're going to go down to vertex groups density and choose wheat this time. And that is where our wheat is growing. And you can turn the other one on here. And now you've got a grand collection here, sort of a randomized / your painting of where the grass is growing. And do a quick little render there, and it's just really high quality grass, super easy to bring in, and cue the airplane. All right. Well, anyway, guys, if you want to use Bridge, it is an absolutely beautiful asset library. Caveat, though, is if you want to use anything commercially, you make sure you have to use it through Unreal Engine. All right. So that means if you start profiting from this in any way commercially, then you're going to have to do it through Unreal. And of course, Unreal gets 5% of everything you own in perpetuity, including your firstborn. Okay, so it's totally worth it though, because the asset libraries you get, the mega scans that you get, and the Unreal Engine itself, it's all beautifully integrated for a 3D artist to do some pretty amazing stuff pretty quickly. All right. Well, if you like the content, guys, please hit the subscribe button and the bell button, and I'll see you next time.